So over the weekend, I came across a video, and this video was on TikTok actually. It talked about humans as selective sinners. However, some people were so uncomfortable with this video that they began to find ways to justify their own personal perspective, their own personal views on this particular subject. Now, this video is on TikTok, like I said, and it's, well, let me just play it so you could listen to it yourself and judge for yourself how this reflects our various life.
All of us are selective sinners. We choose the sins we're comfortable with and judge others for the ones we're not. You lie, but judge the cheater. You cheat, but judge the thief. You steal, but judge the addict. Everyone draws their own line and pretends they're standing on the right side of it. We all have things we quietly allow ourselves to do. Habits we excuse. Choices we justify. Flaws we've decided are acceptable because they're ours. But the moment someone else does something that crosses our personal line, suddenly we're moral authorities. We point fingers at sins that make us uncomfortable while ignoring the ones we commit daily. We call others unforgivable while asking forgiveness for ourselves. The truth is, we're all standing in the same place, just with different mistakes, different excuses, different blind spots. Before you judge someone else's choices, remember, someone out there is judging yours just as hard.
Now, by the time I went back to this video was actually posted, I think, very, very much earlier, and I commented on the 24th of January. Now, when I went back to this video some few weeks later, I had thousands of likes, and as at Saturday, that is the 6th, what's today's date? Today is 8th, so as at 7th of March 2026, this particular comment had 22.2 thousand likes. Now, assuming I wish I had these likes on TikTok or on YouTube, I'll have gone far by now. So I just said, use my comments. At the end of the day, we are all hypocrites. Just a very short comment that I didn't even really think about, but in that comment alone, that one single comment took this video to another level, and I had over 100 responses.
And pretends they're standing on the right side of it. We all have things we quietly allow ourselves to.
Now, someone commented 100, that's like they agree with me. Another person commented 100% correct, but the only difference is some of us are guilty about it while others don't admit it. Someone else commented again, Mondo AG. I have been waiting for this comment for over 10 years. Okay, you've waited for over 10 years, that's nice. I fulfilled your waiting. I'm an awaited guy, or I don't say awaited Messiah, but I'm not a Messiah anyway.
2. Habits we excuse.
Then someone commented, it says, that's right. Okay, that right there comes from someone with an IQ of at least 140. So some time ago I took some IQ tests and I paid for the test. I don't know, it was over my phone. I don't even know if it was an official IQ test, but I did have over 110. I can't remember the exam, I was 111. And mind you, I didn't really prepare for it. I was just scrolling through my phone. I saw an email or something like that, or an ad on Instagram, and I just clicked the link and I just, okay, let me test my IQ and all of that. And I was preparing for liturgy. I'm an Orthodox Christian. I don't know if it's visible, but this is my Orthodox cross. So I was preparing for liturgy, and I said, okay, before I go for liturgy, let me just take my time and do this test. And I think it lasted for like 30 minutes or 1 hour. And I did the test and I had over 110. So someone said, that's right there comes from someone with an IQ of at least 140. That's nice. Thank you for your comments.
Choices we
Mr. Nobody Space All.
justify. Flaws we've decided are acceptable because they're ours.
Now someone else commented, they said, I never agree to something more than I do with your comments because I always talk about it. Very few people understand that we're not perfect. Those very few people like me put their fault and mistake on the table, admitted and accepted, while I saw the crowd then denying it and hiding it. The thing is this is never going to make them change because they're lying to themselves. I don't know how English is this Jamaican English or what?
But the moment someone else does something that crosses our personal line, suddenly we're moral authorities.
Now someone says some sins are more deadly than some. And this is exactly somebody trying to justify their own hypocrisy. Although my own comment had 2.2 or 22,000 views, right? This one had 5,000 likes. So rather, my own had 22,000 likes. This one has 5,000 likes. And the funny thing was that it didn't just have likes. My comment even had a repost. Like people were posting my comment on their status as their own status. Like imagine just a simple statement of, at the end of the day, we are all hypocrites. Imagine how far that simple word could go.
We point fingers at sins that make us uncomfortable while ignoring the ones we commit daily. We call others unforgivable while asking forgiveness for ourselves.
Someone's commented, sometimes we need time to reflect on our own mistakes and learn how to accept and ask for forgiveness for them where need be. Another person, Nico, commented, like the leftists who don't admit that they do riots against ICE. So those people are God people. This is not about geopolitics, please. Don't put ICE into this matter. Now this one says,
the truth is we're all standing in the same place, just with different mistakes.
Patrick Malik commented, no, there are some of us who know we are sinning and know when to repent, and there's others who want to justify these sins. We are all sinners. We judge others. The only difference is ask for forgiveness. Do you? I see I have another 88 more replies. I don't know, I can't give all the comments in this video, but maybe I'll just put a screenshot of all these comments at the end of the video so you can listen to yourself. So this particular comment I made was something I always believed in, that as human beings, we are always hypocrites. Now, I'm not saying that we should be hypocrites all the time, no, but it's common to find humans who justify their own sins. They're trying to find ways to make their own sins look less. They call it lesser evil. And in fact, sometimes I believed in the concept of the lesser evil, that lesser evil had to prevail, or the necessary evil, or the unavoidable evil. Sometimes try to justify someone, for example, someone who has consensual sex will say it's better than raping somebody. But you see a sin, it's as if you're religious. And even if you're not religious, you know that premarital sex sometimes can have some consequences. I'm not talking about spiritual consequences like financial consequences, emotional consequences. You feel so attached when it's not yet right for you to be attached for those particular needs. And then it could be disastrous if not well managed. But then some people will try to justify their own actions saying, oh, we are both having a consensual relationship, we're trying to develop ourselves, and sex is just one of the things that we add to it. But I don't want to be a judge anyway. You know what is right, you know what is wrong. I'm not here to judge you. But then it has always been the case that human beings always try to find ways to justify their own actions. And it's a big problem, because in a world where we are all rational beings and we know what the truth is, we know the truth, we know the false things, we know right from wrong, we can differentiate the two of them. Yet why do we continue to do the wrong thing? Well, I'll leave that question to you. But then the truth is that no human being is perfect. Again, I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. I'm trying to justify my own sin. But then we should try and strive to be better people. Thank you all. And hopefully I get that 22,000 likes and subscribers. Right now I see I have 95 faithful subscribers. And once in a while, my videos go up and down. Sometimes I have just 3 views. Sometimes I have just 1 view. Sometimes I have just 0 views. Sometimes I have 400 views. But then I am not giving up. I know one day I'll have that 22,000 views and more, or 22,000 subscribers and more. Thank you and bye-bye.
And pretends they're standing on the right side of it. We all have things we quietly allow ourselves to do. Habits we excuse. Choices we justify. Flaws we've decided are acceptable because they're ours. But the moment someone else does something that crosses our personal line, suddenly we're moral authorities. We point fingers at sins that make us uncomfortable while ignoring the ones we commit daily. We call others unforgivable while asking forgiveness for ourselves. The truth is, we're all standing in the same place, just with different mistakes, different excuses, different blind spots. Before you judge someone else's choices, remember, someone out there is judging yours just as hard. All of us are selective sinners. We choose the sins we're comfortable with and judge others for the ones we're not. You lie, but judge the cheater. You cheat, but judge the thief. You steal, but judge the addict. Everyone draws their own line and pretends they're standing on the right side of it. We all have things we quietly allow ourselves to do. Habits we excuse. Choices we justify. Flaws we've decided are acceptable because they're ours. But the moment someone else does something that crosses our personal line, suddenly we're moral authorities. We point fingers at sins that make us uncomfortable while ignoring the ones we commit daily. We call others unforgivable while asking forgiveness for ourselves. The truth is, we're all standing in the same place, just with different mistakes, different excuses, different blind spots. Before you judge someone else's choices, remember, someone out there